Melaka, a town 145 kilometers away from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, to explore places with 1-star reviews and determine if the reviews were valid or not. Along the way, I tested historical sites, street food markets, Airbnb accommodations, cafes, restaurants, and even mechanics when my car broke down. Join me as I share how I spent my weekend there and my overall disappointment with the experience. I have been living in Malaysia for over 12 years and I heard a lot about Melaka and its historical sites. But I always wonder why such a city should have so many negative reviews. So, I traveled there with my family for the first time to find out what's really going on. And it took us around 2 hours to reach there from my own home. In Melaka, there are plenty of tourist attractions to choose from. And for this video, I've picked only 8 of them to explore. You will get to see Dutch Square, Christ Church, Alfa Musa, Junker Street Food Market, Masjid Selat, the Church of St. Paul, enjoy the river cruise, and visit local restaurants and cafes. And as a bonus, I will show you the only spot in Melaka that has no negative review. At the end of this video, I will also write my own honest review on Google. The first thing that was very annoying was the numerous traffic lights with long waiting moments once you enter the city. Upon our arrival in the city center, we drove straight to the red square called Dutch Square. Since I found so many negative reviews about this area, let's check a few of them. But before that, let's read the Google description about this place. So we are here in Red Square, and this area was built by Dutch in 1650. They used this as their office buildings, and even after British people, they still used it as a government offices. This place is actually quite nice, and I saw so many tourists coming here. Today is Saturday, so we left home around 9 o'clock and we reached before 12. It's actually very hot, but I'm so glad that I'm here because I'm living in Malaysia over 12 years and this is my first time being here. Dyson gave a 1-star review 4 years ago and said there are so many passengers bicycle decorated with anime pictures and running around with loud noises. It's really confusing. Even thought it took me 3 hours one way from Kuala Lumpur. It was a waste of time. The river is also dirty and smells like gutter. We recommend that you check the local photos carefully before going. David 9 months ago gave a 1-star review as well and said only interesting for Chinese tourists, not worth the trip. David, I don't understand why you said that, but so far I like the place. I know that there is nothing much special about Dutch Square, but it seems cool for a one-time visit. The next stop is called Alfa Musa, the Portuguese fortress, which is a 15 minutes walk from where we are now. Before we got there, we saw an old train and airplane showcased on the sidewalk in a park. Later, I researched and discovered that they are part of the Transportation Museum. Actually, the train is from year 1900 and the airplane is from World War II. I'm just wondering why such vintage and old items are not protected from the sun or the environment. Alfa Musa is one of the oldest buildings in Melaka, built in 1512, and is the only surviving gate from the entire structure. When I entered the place, I was surprised that this building was not protected. You can actually walk throughout the gate and even touch it. We have David here again and looks like he is so pissed off with his journey because he said that extremely touristic place, not worth the travel time to go unless you like shopping in small shops, and he again gave a 1-star review. Sam also said it's a small fort, can't feel any sense of history and lack of history information. Seems it's just a must-go place when visit Melaka. No maintenance on the historical building. I also feel somehow the same. It seems like something is missing in this place and I don't know what is it. I didn't see any historical background information apart from this signboard that only shows other historical spots. But wait! I just noticed these boards while I'm editing this video. And I'm not sure what they are. They might be the historical background information. I don't know. But to be safe, make sure you do your own research before you go there. Unless you want to pay up to $100 for a tour guide to tell you the same. The next spot is St. Paul Church, just a 5 minutes climb from our current location. And guess what? This church was built by the Portuguese also in 1521 and is part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Kent gave a 2-star review a year ago and said not much to see beside the wall. It's not that special anymore when you come for a second time. I'm just wondering why Kent went there a second time if he didn't find the place special the first time. Because I feel such places are nice to visit and not a waste of time. We can't expect too much from historic sites, but it's nice to experience the vibes. JA gave a 1-star review 2 years ago and said you can't go inside as it was closed for maintenance. Plastic netting, barrier around the building just spoiled it. Should have posted signboards stating it's closed at the foot of the hill before visitors make the climb up. Maybe even give an idea of the extent and duration which maintenance work will take. But so far we have been lucky as the church was open, allowing us to easily explore inside and take some photos. I noticed many 1-star reviews without any explanation, but personally I can't bring myself to dislike this place. I recommend you visit at least once. Spending the entire morning and afternoon exploring different spots, we finally got hungry and decided it was time to eat. To our surprise, all the restaurants by the riverside were closed, so we had to search around to find a place. We quickly entered the first restaurant serving Western food, but unfortunately, it turned out to be one of the worst dining experiences I have ever had. The pasta I ordered was tasteless and the waitress were rude and impatient. Sadly, I can't recommend this restaurant on Junker Street. Before visiting our next spot, we needed to drop our bags at the Airbnb apartment and rest for a few hours. Afterward, I had to take my car to the mechanic, but that didn't stop us from continuing our exploration of the city. We eventually arrived at Selat Masjid only to find it closed to tourists. We were asked to use another entrance and pay 5 ringgit per person just to see the mosque from a distance. Not wanting to pay, we decided to walk around the building and enjoy the rocky beach instead. In the end, we reached the same viewpoint as the paying visitors, just at the right time.
We just got unlucky, but there is nothing we can do. My car just broke down and I cannot do anything. The shops are all closed and they said that we need to wait until Monday morning. So we can't do anything to just enjoy the moment and stay one more day in Melaka and explore more. So now here we are close to the Selat Mosque. We are just waiting for the sunset so we can get some viewpoint photos and enjoy the night.
What caught my attention is that many reviews complain about the masjid being closed during their visit at various times. For example, Ali 2 months ago said we arrived at noon Friday and the security guard didn't allow us to enter even just outside the mosque premise.
Hannah gave a 1-star review 6 months ago and said closed for public till end 2023, you can't even walk around the building, and viewpoints are even closed for tourists. So it's such a waste of time grabbing a taxi here. It's actually true because similar thing also happened to us, because when we came it was around 6:20 in the evening, and they said that it's closed for public. They want to pray, and they didn't allow us, and they just told us that there is a small road that you can go to the viewpoint, and you need to pay 5 ringgit per person to enter. And to be honest, there is nothing special. Even the sunset is not that glory. And I agree with Anna, because it's just a waste of time being here.
The next attraction was the river cruise, which promised a scenic journey throughout the heart of Melaka, showcasing heritage sites and vibrant culture. We bought the ticket in advance for 30 ringgit per person and waited in a long queue before getting on the boat. While we were looking for the cruise jetty, we saw the historic Middleburg Bastion, which opened in 1660 and is one of the 9 bastions of the fortress of Melaka. We also saw the Flor de la Mar Museum, which was opened in 1994. When we started the cruise, I initially found it annoying because there was a group of people talking and laughing loudly without considering the other tourists. Back to the reviews, Isabel 4 minutes ago gave a 1-star review and said it's rubbish, don't waste your time and money, staff rude. I also found the staff to be unfriendly and a bit rude as well. Reza also gave a 1-star review, said cruises are not worth the money they take from foreigners. So crowded and uncomfortable inside the boats. I understand how you feel, Reza. It seems like nothing has changed even after 7 years. Hafiz also said dirty river and smelly, not recommended. I could feel that it was a bit smelly as well. Price also said, I'm sorry, but I don't like it. They make you wait a long time. They take your photos, whatever you like it or not, and then they try to sell it to you. The boat is uncomfortable. It has over voices and music that spoils the whole atmosphere. Paula also said useless boat ride. To visit the riverside, a nice walk is much better. There are so many negative reviews, and I have to say, I somewhat agree with all of them. While my son and my mom seemed to enjoy the cruise, I found it to be nothing special. It was smelly, crowded, and also expensive for the experience. As we headed towards Junker Street Food Market, we passed by many friendly mascots dressed as popular animated characters, delighting the children around them, and especially my son really liked them. Created another video exploring Junker Street Food Market where I addressed some of the low-rated reviews. You can find the link to the video in the description below. It's Monday morning and I woke up to this beautiful view. Good news! My car is ready and we are all set to head back home. But as promised, I'm going to take you to the only tourist attraction spot that has 5-star reviews in Melaka. The Kate's Murals. This spot is just opposite Dutch Square, and these murals were painted back in 2016 on some historic buildings. Harket gave a 5-star review and said Insta-worthy spot, and I'm totally agree with him. The street is short, but it's beautiful, colorful, that you can take nice photos there. We stumbled upon a lovely vegetarian restaurant called Botanist near our Airbnb. We ordered a variety of local dishes like fried rice, curry soup, spring rolls, and more. And I must say that I really love the food. The staff were incredibly friendly and accommodating, and the dishes were delicious and served promptly. And here is my review. As a first-time visitor, I believe the place is worth visiting at least once, and I appreciate the convenience of having most tourist spots near each other, making it easy to explore. However, I was disappointed with the river cruise experience and found the food to be expensive. Overall, I'm not a fan of additional charges for tourist tickets, and I also believe that historic sites require better maintenance and protection, along with the additional information about their history. Therefore, I would give a 3-star review to the overall experience of Melaka.